Hello YouTube world, welcome back to my channel. My name is Julie Jung and I'm talking about my life here in Germany. I took a little mini break from the tube, just like 2 weeks. You know, sometimes YouTube gets real weird. It can really mess with your head and you just need a break. So I took a break and I'm sure you all missed me like wildly, but I'm back. And we're going to talk about some fun things. So thanks everybody for watching and subscribing and commenting. I have been lax at responding, so I'll get to that one of these days. Just know that I am here and I'm living in Germany. So what are we talking about today? Let's get to it. When I first moved here, there were some things that I did not like so much. I kind of struggled with it a little bit. And as time has passed, we've been here like 7 months now, I would say. I have grown to like these things. I don't know that I would say I love them, but I accept them more and my mind is more at ease with these things. So first thing that I really struggled with, and I have my list here, was the deafening quiet. It was so quiet when I moved here, and coming from New York City where it's always noisy, always noise, constant noise all the time, going to a place that has very limited noise ever. It was shocking. So at first, I really struggled with it. I could not sleep. I would just kind of sit and go crazy. And I hated it, really. I mean, it was so bad that my husband and I would play YouTube videos at night of New York City sounds as we're falling asleep, because we just couldn't fall asleep with that much quiet. It was so quiet. It's like no human life anywhere for miles and miles and miles, kilometers and kilometers. So we would play those videos and fall asleep to them. And then little by little, we started to adjust to the quiet, very quiet. And now I quite like the quiet. You know, I think what was happening is that there was so much anxiety built up in my brain, and having noise kind of matched that anxiety. And then when you took the noise away, the anxiety was like real. So I felt the anxiety a lot when I first moved here. And now as time has passed, I feel like the anxiety has melted away and I am much more calm and I don't mind the quiet so much. In fact, I kind of like it. I do miss noise. I miss like signs of life and people talking and interacting with each other. And actually, we live really close to a school, right beside a school, and I love recess time. It's my favorite time of the day. When I'm home, I open up the windows. I let that noise in. Kids, you just scream, make all the noise you want. I love it. So although I am much more used to the quiet, I still like some noise, some signs of life, and humanity. So that is number one. Number two is that everything is closed on Sundays. Now, you must understand that in New York, I had very limited time. Like in the week, I had no time to run errands, no time really to do anything. So the weekends were our time to get everything ready for the marathon week ahead. And we would do all our grocery shopping, run all our errands, do all the work that we had to do to get ready for this week coming up. And it was just that continual cycle over and over and over. So Sunday was a big supermarket day for us. We would do all of our grocery shopping and meal prep for the week and just get everything ready. So shopping was a big part of our day on Sunday. So moving here, and that was a lot of what we did in New York. Like there's just shops everywhere and there's a lot of really cool shops. So we loved to shop on the weekends and we both really like to shop. So that was something we loved to do together. And here we did not have that option. So at first it was just like, what the frick are we going to do on Sundays? Because we just were not used to having nothing open. But as we have adjusted, now I quite like it. Gives me an excuse to be lazy, and I don't feel bad about it, because in New York, if I was not doing something 24/7, it felt like, what am I doing with my life? So not having stores open on Sunday really gives us a break, and we can just have a slow morning and take our time getting ready, doing nothing. If we want to, we could sit on the sofa all day and watch movies if we wanted to, and not really feel bad about that because nothing's open anyway. Or we can go hiking or just do whatever the heck we want because we have time. And I'm much more at ease with that. I feel a lot better about having time now than when I first moved here. So I don't mind things being closed on Sundays, and you just plan ahead. And if you really did forget to buy something at the market the day before or something, there are supermarkets and shops open at the main train station. So you can always go there and get something if you're like in a super pinch. So I don't mind that anymore. In fact, kind of like it. Just gives me an excuse to be hecka lazy on Sundays. And I like that. Okay, number 3. This is a funny one. When I first moved here, the staring, which I know there's controversy about this, do Germans stare or not? I don't know. I think they do. So the staring really drove me crazy because in the States or in New York, when you stare at someone, it's like, what? You want to start something? Should we take this outside? Like, what's your problem? Here, though, apparently people just stare and they don't know. So at first it really drove me crazy, and now I kind of see it as you see me, you notice my humanity, and you acknowledge me, and you're just staring and staring. So I kind of like it now. I like that people stare at me. Whether they know they're doing it or not, it happens. It does. You can deny it, but it's happening. Ask any of my friends here. Ask them. They will tell you, yes, Germans stare. So I know people will probably get mad about that. It's fine. But I'm saying that I like it now. So stare away. Stare. Stare at this. Stare at all this. Just stare and stare and stare. And I will gladly stare back. We have a stare off. You and me just staring at each other, but not talking. Don't talk. Don't say hi to me. Just stare. But at least that makes me feel known. Now, here's a story. The other day, I was going into an apartment complex, and there was a guy coming out on his bike, and he looked at me and he said, cheers. I was like, oh, hello? That is the only time, that's the first and only time anyone has ever said hello to me in Germany. Wow, that I didn't know. So that's shocker. Anyway, stare away, people. I quite like it. So that was number 4, 3. Might cut this short. I'm going to say the next thing that drove me crazy was everyone following the rules or the laws. Now I know people are probably going to say something about this too, but I'm specifically talking about the crossing the street on red. As a New Yorker, what is red? Red means go faster. Red means like, you better hurry because there are cars coming, so you better cross now. Here, though, I think it's beautiful that people are just so calm. They just wait. They wait. And they wait. They're still waiting. And they're just, and there's no one coming. I mean, there's no cars for days. There's no cars. And they're just waiting. I find that a really beautiful thing. Maybe it's a sign that they are not in a hurry, and they are not anxious, and they don't mind waiting. So it took me some time to get used to this, and even now, if I'm waiting for like 3 minutes, one time I waited, I think a good 5 minutes before I crossed. I was like, screw this. So I'm standing here, and there's another person standing directly across from me, and we're staring at each other, staring, and it's probably like, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, no one's coming, ever. 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and we're looking at each other, and we're clearly like, do you think this light is ever going to change? because I would like to go soon. So eventually I just go for it. I pass. It was a very small street too, very small. So I pass and I'm walking, I turn around, the guy is still waiting there and it's still red. I'm like, dude, just go. So I'm sure people have a lot to say about this too, but from my culture, it is not common to just wait and wait and wait. I understand I am in a new culture, so I am adjusting. If there are children, I will not walk. I will not go because I know people will freak out. So if there are children, I do not cross the street unless it is green. But if it's me and other adults and we're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, I will go. So I probably at some point will get like one of those €5 tickets that people talk about that the police officers will give you. What are you gonna do? I will give them €5 right there. I'll say, you know what? That was worth it. Because it's just so mind-boggling to me how it's almost like there's an invisible door there keeping people from going. So it's just funny to me. It's funny as a New Yorker, ex-New Yorker, not even originally from New York, but living there for a while, like you just go, 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 go. If it's red, you stop, you look, okay, going. But here, we just honor the laws and the rules. And I value that, I do. So, oh yeah, I think I've only talked about how that drives me crazy. Now, I appreciate it because I can trust that people are following the rules. So if I follow the rules and everyone around me is following the rules, then we're probably not going to be hit by cars and we will be safe. So I also appreciate that people are so willing to wait. And I think that says a lot about the culture, that you're just not in a hurry. And that's a really beautiful thing. And perhaps New Yorkers could learn a little bit from you, a lot from you, to just chill out, calm down. Although you have to understand the pace of life is just completely different. So if you've not been and you haven't like lived in it or lived in another city that is high energy, high pace of life, I don't think you'll understand. So it is what it is. But I had another one and I don't want to talk about it. So I'm going to end it there. Those are the things that really drove me crazy when I first got here. And now I just embrace them and say, Germany, I like this about you. And I understand it's probably not like this everywhere in Germany, but my experience in other cities is very limited. I've only been to Berlin and a couple of other small places. So I'm basing this purely on Munich experience. So if it's different elsewhere, please let me know. So that's my question. If you live in other parts of Germany, are these things true there as well? Do people stare? Well, you're going to say no anyway. I already know that. Do people wait on the red lights? I was going to say, do you stare? Again, I really can't get off the staring thing. Oh, is it very quiet? I would imagine yes. Yeah, for sure. But let me know what it's like where you live, or if you prefer quiet or noise, whatever, or just say hi in the comments, fine too. Let me know how you doing, chilling, going on in your life. So that's all I have for today. Subscribe, that's right. And watch other videos. If you haven't watched those, go back and watch those, sure. And check it out next time. I'm back on my schedule, we're back at it, and I will see you soon. Follow me on Waffles and Whimsy, that's my Instagram. My mind is everywhere today. I don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm just gonna go because I feel like I'm going crazy. So have a lovely day. Enjoy staring at each other. I'm gonna do some staring later today. I'm gonna stare at people. That's really fun. And I will see you later. Bye.